choose this topic to see how different generations and identities of people think of getting married as a way to get happiness. So we analyze the information from five aspects, from singles, married with children, married without children, young people, and others, and finding out the common place that getting married is not the only way to get happiness.
We will execute two social action, and first is interview. We will go to Ximending Xi District and Da'an Forest Park to take this action. And we intend to find some people of all ages and genders to ask their opinions about this issue. And we also have interactive game. We will prepare some bulletin boards and sticky notes, which are the stereotype of marriage for the public, and they will peel off the label they think it is inappropriate. And the next social action is we will distribute form for those who are busy or off camera, and we also distribute online to ask them to let them express their ideas. And the reason why we take this action is know more about current people's opinions and not just relying on the statistics online.
Next, I'll talk about suggestions we received from peer group. First, broaden the survey distribution beyond fresh mainline group. Sharing it more widely will prevent our answers from being too much alike and ensure we reach a broader student audience. Second, set up a reward system. A prize or incentive will make people more willing to spend their time filling out the survey, helping us gather responses more quickly. As best, they recommended we add Da'an Forest Park to our interview locations. This can expand our scopes beyond areas like Ximen and Xinyi, making our project more comprehensive.
Next, we seek for AI's help. Our prompt is we want to interview random people about whether marriage represents happiness. Please recommend some questions for us. And AI gave 11 plus extra questions for us. And we decided to choose 7 questions from its suggestion and add to our interview. Also, we asked about social action. The prompt is after completing the interview, we want to do something that can create social change. Please give us some recommendation. And AI gave 3 recommendations. First one is public surveys results. Second is happiness for activity. Third is creative output. All of them have meaningful social impact, and we decide to refer to its suggestions.
After discussing, we decided to accept our peers' two suggestions. So the first, we only have asked some that we only post our link to the freshman group. But after their remind, we also will post our link to other clubs, such as senior clubs, so that our data will be more diverse. And another suggestion is that not only go to Xinyi and Ximen, because these two places are full of young people. And they told us that Da'an Forest Park has more elders, so it can help us collect a wider range of data. And we discuss their opinions. We also have assigned AI suggestions. 5 minutes? Okay. Almost. And because we originally have only 2 interviews, but AI suggest us we can add an activity
He's Jimmy, she's Amy, she's Lydia. And our topic is, are we using phone or are phone using us? First, we are going to talk about social political problems with smartphone use. One issue is phone addiction, which affects daily life and mental health. And smartphone can also weaken relationships, as people focus more on screen than real conversation. And even worse, long screen time may cause nearsightedness. From our great investigation, we learn to hear different viewpoints and work together to make our ideas clearer.
And then I'm going to introduce our group social action and how it responds to the social political issue. Our plan is to focus the real people around us. First, we will use a questionnaire to identify students and elderly people who may show signs of smartphone addiction. And then we will raise their awareness by explaining the psychological and smartphone and the social impacts of smartphone overuse. And finally, we will ask them to check their screen time for 1 week after receiving our suggestions. So the plan is respond to social article issue by changing the idea that constant smartphone use is normal, encouraging people to reflect on how technology shapes their habits and empowering them to take control of their digital behavior.
So for our social action, we plan to make a poster and interview people around TUSD. So Group 5 gave us 3 suggestions for the social actions. The first suggestion is to use more images instead of long paragraphs of text. We also believe that visual effects can catch the audience attention more quickly. The second suggestion is to collect contact information from the participants. This will help track the results more effectively, and it also allows us to see whether our action made an impact. Finally, they suggested that we use clear and simple slogans. Simple slogans are easier to remember, especially when people only glance at the poster for a few seconds.
And so, besides taking a suggestion from our peer, we also decided to ask AI for help. And the prompt we are using is first we introduce ourselves, who are we and which department are we in. And we next we talk about like our topic and we mention our four target for the entire project. And we ask AI to give us the suggestion of improving poster design and additional visual idea and layout recommendation. And we also ask if for a stronger key message or slogan. It just indicate our slogan isn't good enough. And these are the answer that we receive from AI respectively. And the first one is poster design improvement. The second one is poster specific recommendation. And yeah, also the reflective critical literacy and the possible social impact outcomes and so on. And these are the suggestions that we have received. We decided to 2 from our peers and 3 from the AI to improve our poster because why we choosing to improve our poster first before anything else is because the poster our group social action project
different perspectives, supporters, opponents, disadvantaged groups, the government, and schools. From this project, we realized that policy can create different opinions depending on people's positions and experiences. Public policies is not only about money and how it's carried out. It also allows who actually benefits from it. The menstrual product subsidy really does improve the
And next, I'm going to talk about the part of social action. We decided to make hashtag boxes and place it in several public toilets in our school. And we will also make a demonstration poster and with 2 QR codes. One is for questionnaire, and it maybe will be a Google form and a Google questionnaire. And the second is the information. Maybe we'll link to a website that is about past subsidy and some information, for example, how to apply and what is the policy of government about this issue.
At the beginning, we decided to go to Ximen or Dongguan, where many people are there, to hand out the questionnaire and interview people to know their opinions. However, Professor Gloria hopes we can do something that no one do before, so Group 4 suggests we can set pantry tag boxes in the toilets so that people can take one if they need.
In our project, we mainly use AI to make our social action more clear and organized. And first of all, we asked AI about how to make the users have a deeper understanding about menstruations. And AI replied that we can introduce the menstruations on the poster, which was beside the box, allowing them to watch while using the bathroom. And the second one, how to understand the user's opinion about the box and providing sanitary pads. And AI replied that we can put a QR code in the poster and connect it to Google Form, making more understand and convenient for users to express their true voices and suggestions. And next, we will talk about our changes.
After Group 4 suggestion, we decided to set a pantry tag boxes in the toilets. And one intention is to let people get them easily, and the other is to let everybody know pads are necessities for women. As for AI's suggestion, he suggests us to have a poster and with 2 QR codes. One is linked to a website about government's policies, and the other is a questionnaire for collecting people
So, to begin with, I will talk about how we learn from a result-oriented culture in Asia. And the first one is success is not limited to individual outcomes, because just living a happy life is also a success. And in addition, we should dismiss stereotypes from the society and pursue our ideal career. We should focus on our own lives. And finally, we should follow the process instead of the great result so that we can enrich our lives and keep us motivated better.
So after exploring the issue of the result-oriented culture in Asia, we have come up with the following 3 social actions. First of all, we will distribute quarterly handwritten cards to encourage and support the receivers. Additionally, we will also set up a complaint boards where people can express their feelings through pasting the stickers. Lastly, we will also design an Instagram poster for an online post and a physical copy. As for the online post, we will post it on our Instagram account. For the physical copy, we will bring it to when we conduct our activities. As for our activities, we will conduct the following things in NTUST during lunchtime and in front of NTU during 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
And here is our social action video outline. In the first part, we'll have a 1-minute short play to make people more understand what we're going to do in our social actions and let them know what we're trying to say in our essay. In the second part, we will have several interviews of students and teachers. We want to know how they think about the result-oriented society and how they think about our social actions. The third part is our social actions. We'll use our complaint board and stickers and posters to help people release their pressure and anxiety. The next part is our reflections. It aims to let people know what we learned in our social actions and essay.
So next, there are 3 suggestions we received from Group Dix, and Group Dix suggests that we can conduct our activity during the lunchtime so we can effectively collect more ideas and save our times. And secondly, they also say that we can create an Instagram account for documented actions and share our poster. And actually, we did create an Instagram account for our projects, and we share our links and copy our links to the other people so that they can follow us on Instagram. And last but not least, they also suggest that we can add illustration or slogans in our poster to make our poster more inspiring and touching. And next, this is the suggestion we received from AI. So basically, this is our prompt, and as you can see,
and this is the suggestions about our social action from AI for the participation and for usability engagement, impact checking, and online follow-up. And this is the adjustments that we did based on the peers and AI's suggestions. First, we changed the timing to lunchtime and will play some soul music during the periods to attract more people to join us. And we created an Instagram account and will share some anonymous notes and reflections to make more people know about us. And we will add some illustrations and inspiring slogans on the poster. Lastly, we divided our complaint board into 2 parts. One is chess, the other one is home. Thank you.
That's it? Okay. Alright. So perhaps you will have a very last Q&A so people know that at the end of your presentation. Okay, correct. Okay. Very good job, and I think a lot of creative ideas. As one of the audience, I have a couple of questions. For example, short play. So in what form? Can I give them a
we will guide them into a short debate on the topic of pets versus children or their thoughts on global declining fertility rates. And lastly, we hope to see that how generational thoughts will shape people's decisions and might help them better understand the social values behind the declining birth rates.
The feedback we received from other group was three main suggestions. First, they recommend that when the discussion become too intense between two participants, we should have someone act as a facilitator to help mediate and keep conversation respectful. Second, they suggested creating a board to collect real data and show how different generations view this issue. This would make our supervision more engaging and evidence-based. Finally, they advise us to design a small interactive game after the debate. This would help participants relax and connect with each other and end the session on a positive note.
So our group social action was different, presenting on having children and pets. And in our original plan, we wanted to interview the young people and older people with opposite view about it. And after receiving feedback from other groups, we realized that conversation might become too emotional or turn into an argument. So we decided to include a neutral mediator who can guide our discussion and keep it balanced and measure both share their ideas respectfully. And we also designed a public voting board where people can use those stickers to vote on their sense or against having children and pets. And this helped us provide public opinions in a simple and interactive way.
Alright, so next, lastly, I'll be talking about some suggestions we got from ChatGPT. So I put all the responses I got from ChatGPT. You can see in the prompt I went very detailed in what I wanted to give me, and so I gave it details on what we're gonna do and what suggestions I want. So it gave me 10 suggestions. I won't talk about them all. So we thought that one was very interesting was perspective swap. So debating in a different person's perspective from a different view. I think it's very interesting, and I think we may or may not use it. And another one was invite a neutral facilitator. That was also something that the other group talked about. And the other ones were these suggestions. So we haven't really implemented the ChatGPT's suggestions yet. So that's why we put this last. But we wanted to show the diverse and different ideas that ChatGPT gave us and how it's very efficient
strong connection with each other. So to break the stereotype and build a connection, we propose several action plans.
And now let's talk about our social action. So to better understand the opinion and situation of both international and Taiwanese students, we will conduct a survey to get their experiences and suggestions regarding the social separation they encounter on the campus. And after the implementation of the survey, we will invite around 10 people who would like to communicate with others from different culture and background to our socializing activities. And in the activities, they can get to know each other through some icebreaker games and exchange their ideas and feelings they share on the Google Form with each other. So by doing so, they can deeply understand the truth and reasons behind the social separation, motivating them to break the boundaries of communication. And finally, we will interview our participant to understand the change of their opinion after our activities and promote the further interaction and connection.
So we have discussed with two groups and the professor. Group 3 suggests that students from Taiwan and other countries can use translator when they encounter language barrier problem. And Group 7 thought that adding a more reflective activity, we should create a reflective activity rather than just holding a gathering and asking questions. And Professor thinks maybe the numbers of participants connected, have a deeper communication and have a deeper understanding of the different cultures. And both Group 3 and the professors think aiding an icebreaker game can definitely reduce the separation. So this is the AI prompt that we use to ask for AI suggestion, and it's broken down into 3 parts. The first one is the background, and then the second one is the key information, and we only input 2 details, which is that we're going to have a mini game and that we're going to pair them all together, local and overseas or international student, and the last one is the task that we give to AI. So we didn't really include that much of detail in the key information because we wanted to know AI's pure suggestion so that we can compare it to our own suggestion. And as it turns out, AI suggestion is actually pretty similar with our own ideas. So with this, we can assure that our idea is able to be implemented and that it is okay. And the highlighted parts are the ones that we have already thought of.
So based on suggestions from AI peers and the professor, there are some suggestions we would like to take because it's too imaginary. But there are also some suggestions we need to implement to let our project proposal become more complete and more valid. So let's see. First, we need to create ice breaking. So we create the ice breaking to make the both international students and the local students can gather together and share their opinions more freely and openly. So it is a way to connect. And secondly, we need to apply Google Translate. Just like what we say, apply Google Translate can make them to break through the boundaries of the language bias by themselves, so they can allow the communication. And it can not only to let these kind of students communicate more smooth, it can also to make our activity more smooth either. So finally, we want to limit the number of the participants. By doing so, we can let this kind of students to gather together and get a deeper understanding, and they can share the topic in a deeper way. So they can get a deeper intercultural communication. So this is